list, not knowing what the hell to pick. It continuously gets harder and harder on me. All right, I'm going to come at you with one that you may not have seen. And you might have. A lot of people have not seen this one. It came out in the 90s, maybe 89, 90, something like that. Popcorn. You ever hear of Popcorn?
I've heard of it.
Okay.
I actually have heard of it.
This is a fun-ass movie.
All right.
Again, not one that a lot of people have probably seen. But you got Dee Wallace, who is a classic horror actress. And you have Jill, I cannot think of her, how you say her last name, Sholin or something like that. She was in like a lot of 80s horror movies too. And very cool concept. I don't want to ruin it because you haven't really seen it, but let's just say this girl has these very strange dreams and about this like film, very weird, and then she sees that they end up pulling this film out of an old thing, and they end up seeing it, and it kind of like freaks her out a little bit. They end up having this all-night horror movie marathon at this theater.
Okay.
So it's like the old school, like where the seats will buzz you when something's happened in the movie,
Yeah.
or like the smell will be real bad in the theater during one movie. But there's this guy going around, obviously killing people, and let's just say he can take the appearance of anybody he wants. Now, I don't want to give too much away from you, you know, but he can take different appearances, which makes the movie very fucking cool. When you see what he really looks like, it's a little like, well, we're expecting that. But the story's cool. It's a fun-ass movie. It's got a lot of cool, like, really not even, some of the kills are cool, but a lot of just the concept of the movie itself is cool. Like, picture that, man. You're in a movie theater at night and you're just hanging out with a bunch of your fellow students and people start dying. Cool concept. I dig it already, you know? So that I have to go with Popcorn because that's, again, a movie I don't think does not get enough. Hey, it's out there. Go see it. You know, like it's a fun-ass movie, dude.
I'm going to come at you with Children of the Corn.
Oh, I love this movie.
Great concept.
Yes.
The beginning of it's so great. It sets the tone for the whole movie where they just like start killing all the adults in the village.
That whole scene is just... And you got Isaac looking in the window like, you know what to do. Like, he just gives that nod. You just know what to do.
And the little girl drawing the pictures. And, oh, man. Yeah. And she's drawing... And the best part is that, like, through the credits at the beginning, you get to see her pictures of them killing everybody in the village. It's so great. Another one of my favorite lines to quote is... they want you too, Malachi.
Love that. Me and Jesse all the time. That's our thing. Yes, that is a great movie.
That's another one that I feel like if you haven't seen it, then I mean, where have you been?
Right.
Why haven't you watched it? You know, it's been made sequels after sequels after sequels.
The second one was good. After that, they fall down.
Yeah.
I don't care that they brought Isaac back in like part 72. It was terrible.
Yeah.
I got to meet him at a convention.
Oh,
I got to meet both of them, Isaac and Malachi.
Nice.
Courtney Gaines and John Franklin.
Nice.
Met them both. I love Children of the Corn. I was actually just watching that while I was doing cardio not so long ago.
There you
so
go.
I love that movie,
See?
man. Great movie.
That's a good one.
Great Stephen King classic.
Yep.
Once again.
I've got a lot of Stephen King ones on my list.
You know what? We need to do a show of just his movies.
Yes.
We have to, because he's got so many good ones.
So Tim Curry movies and Stephen King movies.
Yes,
got it.
it's coming. All right, so I got to come back at you. No, actually,
we
we're starting over. Oh, God. Children of the Corn. I have to, man, because
Stephen King
I love Popcorn.
classic.
But yeah, Children of the Corn, great movie. Like you said, the line itself. Or don't forget Courtney Gaines screaming Outlander. Yeah. You know, that was a great part too.
Outlander!
Dude, he was a creepy ass looking kid.
He was.
He really was, man. Like, very creepy. And, you know, I have to tell you a funny story about that. He Who Walks Behind the Rose. Now, as a kid, you're watching that movie or whatever. You're thinking Rose maybe like R-O-S-E. You don't know what the fuck that means. It took me time to realize. He meant He Who Walks Behind the Rose of Corn. Like R-O-W-S. Did you not get that at first? Because I didn't.
Well, so when I watched it the first time I was older, I was probably 14, 15 years old.
Okay.
That
So
I understood it.
I didn't catch it, man.
But like if I would have watched it younger, I probably would have
like,
been
what the fuck is
confused
he
too.
talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, the Rose of Corn. Duh. The fuck. But Stephen King takes shit like that and makes it scary.
Yep.
So the Rose of Corn, a fucking cornfield became scary to you. Because
Yep.
Stephen King's mind made you think it was fucking scary. And it was.
Yeah.
It was. This is how he works, man. All right, so now we're moving on to number 14.
Yeah.
Is it me or
I'm
you?
up.
Actually, wait. No, actually. No. Yeah, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, sir.
So I'm coming at you with The Others.
Okay. This is, what's her name? What the hell's the big time actress?
I can't think of her name.
The one that was married to Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, thank you.
That's it.
I always want to call her Michelle, but I know that's not right.
Yeah.
So this one is a good ghost story.
Yes.
It's like set in I want to say that's Civil War time, right?
Yes, definitely.
Because her husband goes off to Civil War.
I will admit it's been a long time since I've seen this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Her husband went off to the war. She's there with her kids. Her kids have a light sensitive problem, so it takes place all inside of this house that is surrounded by fog for the entire movie. And there's these bit by bit ghostly happenings that happen more and more and more and more. And her kids are trying to convince her that there are ghosts there. She's not believing it. More and more she's starting to believe it. But then there's a nice twist ending.
If we've learned anything from movies, start listening to your kids.
Yeah.
Because they're telling you some shit they see.
Yeah.
Listen to them. They're not always right.
Right.
But in these movies, damn it, I know it's in the script, I'm just saying. Listen to the kids.
But this gave me a whole new perspective of ghost movies when I watched it, just because of the twist ending. Because you're expecting, them to be in this haunted house, but there's actually more to it. They're in this haunted house.
Yeah.
But there's more to it than just them living in the haunted house.
That's another show we're going to have to do is, and then we're going to put our touch on it, we're going to call it fucked up endings. Because there's a lot of fucked up endings in movies that you don't see coming all the time.
Yep.
We're going to do a show based on those because I know you have some and I know I have some.
Yeah. I've got,
we did touch on
I think I've hit 3 already just doing this.
There's a lot of...
we won't spoil the ending because you got to see it to see.
That's movies though, man. They're like, whoa, I did not see that coming.
Right. And I love it when a movie can do that to you. Because
Yes.
sometimes you just see the ending from a mile away.
Yep. Oh, yeah. If you're smart enough, you watch enough horror movies and you know what you're doing, you're like, okay, I know who this is. And you see it, and it's like, all right, it was cool, but I knew it was coming.
Yep.
A lot of these movies that come in just didn't see it coming, man.
Yep.
All right, this will be a tough one. I got to go with The Stepfather. Have you ever seen The Stepfather? Not the remake, because the remake was a piece of shit. Just gonna throw that out there. If you made that movie and you're watching this, sorry, but it fucking sucked. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. So The Stepfather I'm talking about is Terry O'Quinn, I believe is his name. I think I'm saying his name right. Played the stepfather. So imagine this, man. You're a middle-aged guy. You marry into this family. Wife has a daughter, son, what have you, whatever. And you're hoping that things work out and things go well. But what happens when they don't? You kill your whole fucking family. Because that's what this movie is about, okay? Yeah. So you just kill your whole fucking family, and what do? You move on to the next. You change your name, you change your appearance, and you become the stepfather. I don't want to ruin too much because you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Except for that part of it. But it's a cool-ass movie. He plays the shit out of this role. There is a sequel, and there is a third one.
Okay.
The sequel he is in. The third one he is not.
It's
kind of cool. They give you a story as to why.
Okay.
It actually works out really well. I think as a trilogy, they're all really cool movies. But that first one really stands out, though. Like, he played the shit out of that character. And again, don't watch the remake, though. So yeah, Stepfather versus The Others. I haven't seen The Others in a long time. Yeah. I admit it's a good movie, but I mean, if you let me pick, I got to go with Stepfather.
That's fine.
We're gonna have to tie on that one again, right?
All right, fair.
And that's the fairest way to do it. Okay, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Oh boy. And again, I'm looking at the list. I'm crossing things off as we go, and I'm seeing the movies that are left. And it's so hard, man.
Yeah, it gets harder and harder every time.
All right, I gotta go with. Gotta go with Night of the Creeps.
Okay.
Have you seen Night of the Creeps?
I have.
Okay. So then first of all, right off the bat, that you'll know him as Rusty from National Lampoon's European Vacation is the main character in this movie, Jason Lively.
And I do have to say, if I'm thinking of the right poster, the movie poster for this was really good.
Mm-hmm. Like almost like they're dressed in the suits. And
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Think of the exact same one.
So
okay.
And I mean, this is me speaking from a graphic design point of view.
Oh, the poster was awesome.
Yeah.
It was badass, man. So you got Tom Atkins, who's your main other main character in the movie, and his line in the movie, he's a cop. So as this shit's going down, his main line in the movie is anytime he'd answer the phone or something would go down, he'd look at you and say, "Thrill me," and that was like his, all right, give me something good here to go off of. And his character in that movie was so, it was really cool. But these are like these alien fucking things. They're like slugs, so they kind of look like Slither. And this, I'm pretty sure this is where Slither got the concept from.
Again, taking from old movies.
Absolutely. So now the creeps are like these little fucking slug things, and what they would do is they'd go in through your mouth, and then they would infect your brain, and you become kind of zombie-fied, basically.
They were basically controlling you.
Right.
Yeah, you weren't really a zombie, you were just like a robot for them.
Exactly. A lot of cool scenes in this one. The girl sitting in the house, and all of a sudden the fucking floorboards start to jump, and this fucking thing that was buried there before now comes back to life and comes out of the fucking floor. And why she sat there and waited the entire time for
because
it to
it's a
fucking
horror
come
movie.
up.
You do stupid things.
Look, as soon as the fucking floorboards bumped, I'd be out the house.
I would have waited for a second time.
All right,
just to see
I
if
may
it
have waited
was
for
like
a second time.
Was there something? What, did I just see something? Nope, there it
I'm
is.
not
out.
waiting. I'm taking all the shit that is closest to me, and I'm getting out of the fucking house. When that thing comes out of the floorboards, I have 10, 20 minutes down the street already. You ain't catching my ass just now. It's not gonna happen. Cool ass movie though. There was 2 endings to it. You had the one ending where the girl says, "Oh, the dog's cute," and all of a sudden the fucking slug goes whoosh, right into her fucking. You know what's about to happen.
Yep.
Then there's the ending where they show the cemetery. So mind you, the sorority house is on fire. Where all these fucking slugs going, they're going right into the fucking cemetery. And then you see a fucking spaceship hover over the fucking cemetery. So you know these things are aliens. Now they're about to bring back, and they could have made a sequel easily. Could have easily made a sequel. They never did. Some movies don't need it, but they could have.
Right.
I would have loved to have seen a sequel just to see how all the dead would have, it'd been great to see it all.
Yeah, why not?
Like that. My pick
Again, never too late.
But, well, Tom Atkins is still active and doing movies, so it could happen. You never know.
They can always replace cast too, though.
You gotta keep Tom.
Yeah.
He's thrill me, that's all I'm gonna say. Alright, so Night of the Creeps verse. What do you got?
Verse Evil Dead.
Oh,
the original.
Shit.
The original. So
you just made this one really tough, man.
Fun thing about this movie is it was originally made to be a serious movie.
Yes, it was.
But because of the amount of excess gore, plus Bruce Campbell being Bruce Campbell, made it almost a comedy.
Yeah.
That's why they made the second one, which was meant to be a comedy.
Right.
And then, Army of Darkness after that, whatever.
Don't forget the TV show Ash vs.
Yeah,
Dead.
which is amazing. And then they remade it, and the remake is great. They make the remake as basically a strict horror movie.
Yeah, not bad.
But I'm sticking with the original because Bruce Campbell is the Tom Cruise of B-list movies.
No, he is. That's for sure. Yeah.
And I mean, it's just a great concept of here's this creepy cabin, already creepy to begin with. Oh, here's this creepy book. Oh, it's all in weird language. Let's read this creepy book.
Right.
Let's make the dead come to life.
Never a good choice. I just want to throw that out there. Never a good choice.
The tree raping the girl scene, though?
Yeah, that's rough, man.
Yeah.
Great. Some of the shit that they were able to pull off for a very low budget horror film was crazy. Like, they did not have a lot of money for that movie when they made it, and they pulled off some pretty cool effects. I will give them that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, and you talked about, was it Night of the Living Dead having a musical? Evil Dead has a musical too. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've ever been to that. I've heard people talk about it. I have.
I went one year. I went into the Splash Zone.
I was just going to say, they have a Splash Zone for the blood.
Hit the blood.
Yep. So, I mean, dude, it's funny how they're taking a lot of these horror movies and turning them into, like, different shit. Like, the movies themselves will never die because of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which is cool. All right, so Evil Dead against Night of the Creeps. Man, that's... Oh, boy. Evil Dead, man. I mean, we're just saying. All right. I'm up, huh?
I'm up.
Oh, you're up. Go for it.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Well,
coming in hot.
You just killed my movie, just saying. Damn it.
Leatherface. I mean, obviously, I've done my Leatherface.
Yes, sir. We've seen him.
Thing with you.
Yes.
Yes. It's a great... It takes from the real life story of Ed Gaines, Gaines, however you say his name, where he basically skinned people, used their body parts and stuff.
Body parts and making lampshades.
Yeah,
like, that's fun.
skull bowls and stuff like that.
Yes,
but took the concept, gave him a weird family that was just as messed up as him.
Yeah,
and my favorite part about Leatherface though is that he doesn't really talk.
No. He whines in some of them.
Yep.
He makes noises. But, he got a little. They made him kind of a bitch in the later sequels.
Yeah.
Especially the one with Renee Zellweger and Matthew McConaughey. He's kind of a.
He's a bitch.
Yeah.
But the original one, classic.
Yes.
And my favorite. I mean, it'll always be my favorite scene where where the girl is limping out of the house and he comes busting through that screen door.
We talked about this
waving the chainsaw. And yeah, we talked about it in the past.
That has the. Someone took the Holiday Road from the vacation movies and put that into it. It was hilarious.
I can never listen to Holiday Road
and not think about that. Yeah. You know what scene I really like about that movie too is the one where she's pushing Franklin through the woods and they're trying to go look for their friends, and all of a sudden, man, out of the blue, boom, the chainsaw hits and he fucks Franklin up. Because let me tell you something about Franklin in that movie. You felt bad for him because he obviously was in a wheelchair and he had some issues, but you wanted to fucking see him die because he was annoying as fuck. So So you didn't really feel bad for Franklin.
There's always a character in these horror movies that you hope dies, and sometimes they redeem themselves and then they live, and you're happy that they lived. But in these cases,
he was a dick, and you wanted to see him die in that movie.
Yep.
So I mean, how do you compete with that? I come at you with the Lost Boys, man. Whew. I mean, you got two really good movies right there. Two different genres of movies right there. They're in the horror genre, but you got vampires and a fucking, well, he's a slasher. You got the slashers versus the vampires. I mean, what can you say about Lost Boys? I mean, for its time, man.
We've touched on it on the bathroom.
Yeah. And we got it coming up in our vampire episode, too, obviously. I mean, it's the Lost Boys. You can't talk about vampires and not talk about the Lost Boys. But, you know, Kiefer Sutherland, I think, played a damn good vampire. He knocked it out.
Yep.
You got Corey Haim, you got Corey Feldman, who were in a lot of movies together.
Corys.
Yes, the Corys. They were in pretty much every 80s movies together that you can think of, in some 90s, too. And then they actually did the sequel of Lost Boys, and they did a third one.
See, I didn't see any of the sequels.
They really weren't that bad. I liked how they brought back some of the old characters. Now, had they have done some of the shit that I heard they did in the comics, where the Widow Johnson ended up, Grandpa's woman, ended up being the fucking head vampire. That was a cool fucking concept.
That would have been a cool twist.
So let me ask you this. So you watch that entire movie. You watch The Lost Boys, you see all this happen. You see the mom move there with her two boys with the grandpa and all this shit. And then mom ends up dating the fucking head vampire, the fucking thing. The brother gets turned into a vampire, basically. Poor Corey Haim is stuck trying to save his brother, you know. And then you watch the end of that movie, and Grandpa tells you the whole time, he goes, you know one thing I hated about Santa Carla? It's all the goddamn vampires. Why the fuck wouldn't you tell somebody some shit like that?
Right? From the get-go.
I mean, come on, man. You're going to let these people come in here and get fucked up. This is your family. And he knew the whole time, hate these goddamn vampires. Fuck you, Grandpa. That's fucked up shit. Like, you need to tell people, save your family, Grandpa. Come on. Yeah. So, you know what? We're talking about fucked up families in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They had a grandpa, too. Yeah. This grandpa in Lost Boys, he might have been the same motherfucker, just saying.
Could be.
He let that shit go. He was doing a lot of stuffing of the animals and shit, too. Remember that? Yeah. So Grandpa in Lost Boys might have a secret. He might be Grandpa from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He might have touched on something here. Yep. Just saying. All right, Lost Boys versus Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I gotta go.
Give you the Lost Boys.
I gotta go Leatherface.
See, I love Leatherface, but I also love all my vampire movies.
Me too. So. Now, then you know, well, we'll be talking about that soon. All right. I think is it me or you?
You're up.
Oh, God. Here we go again. I'm looking through. Okay. All right. I got you, man. Here we go. American Werewolf in London. We talked.
We touched on werewolves.
Yes. So, American Werewolf in London. I always liked this one. I thought it was a cool thing. Got two dudes backpacking, and they're told. And these people in this bar, they're the slaughtered lamb. Let me just throw that out there. Slaughtered lamb. These people are not happy that these two Americans wandered into their place. They don't want to serve you. They basically tell you to get the fuck out of there and to, I believe the exact words were, stay off the moors. Listen, when a group of scary English people tell you to not do something, maybe you should listen. Yeah. So they didn't listen. They get attacked by what we find out later is a werewolf. The one guy goes to the hospital. His other friend is dead. And his friend comes back to him throughout the movie as I don't want to really call him a zombie, but each time you see him, he gets more and more decayed. Yeah. And he's warning him of what you're about to become. His friend doesn't want to hear it, what have you, whatever. And, you know, he later turns into this werewolf. And he, you know, I think it was really well done. The transformation scene, because we talked about that in the werewolf one, that's top-notch transformation scene. It is, man. And the music playing in the background, again, that use of music sometimes is just perfect. I love that movie. One of my favorites, as far as werewolf films.
It's a fair one. I'm going to come back at you with one of my all-time favorites. Okay. Werewolves versus vampires here. All right. I'm going Nosferatu. Ooh. Silent movie. Creepy take on a vampire. Yeah. Very long fingers, those kind of long head with the pointed chin, and not just two things, but like just like the four jagged ones.
A lot of what Salem's Lot took from, and that What We Do in the Shadows, that goofy vampire, that one, they took a lot of Nosferatu book from that.
It is a sleeper movie. Yeah. And I mean that as people know the name of the movie, but I don't think a lot of people have seen the movie.
I think a lot of people's problem with that is it's a silent movie. Yeah. So people don't want to sit there and be like,
I gotta read the subtitles.
But you'd be surprised, though.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
It is. And it's a good creepy way of portraying the vampire. Because I mean, you can tell as soon as you see him that he's a vampire, or well, that he's something.
Right.
You know,
he's not normal.
Yeah.
Not at all.
But and I gotta touch on this. They used him in an episode of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh man, that was one of my favorites.
The slash slinging,
the hash slinging slasher. Yeah. Try fucking saying that once, let alone 5 times.
And I love it because like there's a scene where the lights are flickering and all this other stuff's happening. And they find out that the slinging slasher isn't real.
If you're right here, who's doing that?
Who's doing the lights? And there's Nosferatu at the light switch.
But when he smiles, though,
and
that's
he
the best
smiles
fucking
like
part of
a
it.
cheesy smile. And they look over at him and they're like, Nosferatu.
That one for dude. That is the one of the. If you didn't know about Nosferatu, and you saw SpongeBob, that makes you want to see it.
Yeah,
like that's how they do shit like that, man.
Yep. But it's a good
call on it.
It's a great movie. It took me a while to want to watch it just because it was silent.
Right.
But when I did,
that puts a lot of people.
But when I did, it has become one of my all-time favorite movies.
I dig it, man.
Not my top 5, but
werewolf versus vampires. I gotta go with a head-to-head tie here because
it's a werewolf.
They're
versus
both
vampires.
really good, man.
Yep.
We've seen that concept, but not these two going at it.
Yep.
Number
10.
We're getting there.
All right.
Getting there.
I'm up.
Let's do it.
I'm coming at you hard.
All right. What is it, man?
Boom. The Shining.
Okay.
So, Jack Nicholson. Or
Nicholson. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I just want to tell you.
I almost wanted to say Jack Nicholas, and I'm like, wait a minute, he's the golfer.
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Oh boy.
Just saying.
Great movie.
Yes.
Another Stephen King movie.
Yes.
Stephen King will always be king.
Dude is a master.
Horror.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's one of those ones that if you haven't seen it, you've seen something from it. I guarantee you. They get locked in, or he's supposed to be a caretaker of this hotel, taking care of the hotel. Find out that like a lot of crazy shit's happened in that hotel. Last caretaker killed his family. There's the twins. Come play with us.
Yeah. No. Red Rum. I mean, there's so much to say about this movie.
The creepy bathroom lady.
Yes.
Just.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is.
Now your most iconic scene.
It's a nice
movie.
The bathroom scene with the axe.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Everybody knows. Here's Johnny. Yep. Everybody knows that.
So, I'm coming at you hard with that one.
All right, I'm gonna come back at you and punch you right back. Stephen King. You ready?
Oh no.
Stephen King's It. See, coming at you, man. And I specified Stephen King's It because, as you know, there are now
two
remakes.
Two sets of eats.
Right. So I want to specify Stephen King's It because again, Tim Curry. Just saying.
Yeah.
Listen, dude from the new one did a great job.
He
I
did.
think he rocked it. But Tim Curry is Tim Curry, and you're not going to be Tim Curry's version of Pennywise.
Nope.
You're just not going to do it. I don't care who you are, what you are. Not going to happen. So, I mean, I've talked about it before, but again, man, he's another person, almost like some of the other stuff we talked about, can take any shape. So if something scares the shit out of you, he's going to take that and scare you with it.
Yep.
So if you're like me and you're scared of spiders, he's going to be a fucking spider, which a little bit of foreshadowing there for the ending of the movie.
So little nerdy trivia here.
Yes.
Trivia. I read this online and it makes a lot of sense. So, have you seen the Harry Potter movies?
Yes.
All right. So you know what a boggart is.
Yes.
It can take the form of anything that scares you. In it, Pennywise is a boggart. He takes the shape of what scares you.
Yes, again.
And the movie's all about, and the only way to get rid of him is to basically find him ridiculous and not be scared of him anymore.
Right.
Make him feel little.
Which let me just say, if you're, scared of something and he appears as that, it's not going to be easy to just say, I'm not scared, I'm not afraid of that,
So here we go. Here's a bunch of non-wizard people throughout the whole movie trying to figure out how to get rid of this boggart.
Right.
There's it for you. I saw that on a meme and I loved it.
It makes a lot of sense.
It does.
And they never really give you, even in the newer versions, they never really give you a really specific backstory of him. You kind of know when he came around, but you don't know really what the fuck is he
or
why,
where he came from.
You really don't know all that stuff, man. And that's the thing that kind of throws you a little bit.
Yep.
All right, so we got the Battle of Stephen King, The Shining and It. Man, did we call that one a draw?
I'm calling it Tim Curry.
Tim Curry wins every time, see? I'm just saying. All right,
You're up.
number 9, and here I go again. Oh man, let's see here. I got to come at you with. I'm torn between 2 right now. All right, I'm gonna in my mind flip a coin, and we're gonna go with My Bloody Valentine.
Okay.
The original My Bloody Valentine, because there's a remake of that too.
Remakes upon remakes upon remakes.
So Harry Warden is like the town story that everybody talks about. So there was this guy who was a miner, and he died or whatever in this mining accident, but he came back and he was killing the town, townspeople, all this other stuff. I mean, it got so bad they even canceled Valentine's Day and all this other shit. So Harry Warden comes back to town, and he decides now these group of people we're not going to listen to the whole. We're going to have our Valentine's Day party no matter what. Well, this triggers Harry Warden. Cool kills in the movie. Very cool 80s movie. Have you ever seen it?
No.
Okay, so I don't want to give away the ending then.
Okay.
But definitely check it out. The 80s version, not the remake. The remake wasn't terrible. Right. But they took the concept and kind of ruined it a little bit. Okay. Whereas this one gives you the story, and I feel like it made more sense than the remake. They tried too hard.
I feel like in remakes they try to rush things just so they can get to the killing.
They wanted to change it up to the point where let's make it our own, but the story was like, you take the original, you do the whole Harry Warden thing, like I said, it was this minor, blah, blah, blah. And they give out a story, everything comes to light. One of the cool kills I will say in that movie was when they put the one lady in the dryer in her laundromat. That was kind of cool.
All right.
That doesn't give away too much.
Nope.
But that was a cool ass scene, though. So what do you got, man?
Let's do The Sixth Sense.
All right. You got me with that ending.
Probably M. Night Shyamalan's best movie he's ever done.
M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
Shyamalan Ding Dong.
Shyamalan Ding Dong.
Another twist ending.
Yes.
That again I did not see coming.
No.
This one scared me as a kid too. I remember staying up all night after watching it with my cousin, and we stayed up all night talking because we couldn't sleep. We were afraid to go to sleep.
I mean, imagine as a child you're seeing dead people everywhere.
And not just like a see-through specter. You're seeing them how they died.
Yeah.
The pilgrim's hanging. There's the boy with the shotgun blast to the back of his head.
Yep.
And I mean,
that's some creepy shit, man.
They kind of turned it around and made it so it wasn't so scary anymore. Yeah. I mean, it still was, but it wasn't as scary because the boy dealt with it.
When the little girl was trying to tell him what was going on with her, that was kind of creepy.
Yeah, she's tearing apart his safety tent. Yeah. Yeah. Bruce Willis did a hell of a job. Haley Joel Osment did a hell of a job.
No, he did. For sure.
And I mean, I see dead people as another iconic line.
Yeah.
From
I think they use it in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff, man.
So that's what I'm coming at you with.
So My Bloody Valentine versus Sixth Sense. For the ending alone, I got to go with you on The Sixth Sense.
Boom. There it is.
You're up.
Horror. My turn. Horror comedy again.
Okay.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Such a good movie.
It is. Two redneck guys trying to go just relax on in their creepy cabin that they bought, but they're trying to fix it up and make it their own like vacation shack. Yes, they just want to relax. They don't want to. Here's some college kids coming.
Yep.
College kids see them at a gas station, think they're all scary rednecky. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, Dale and Tucker think that these kids are all cracked out and killing themselves on their property. The college kids think that Dale and Tucker are killing their friends. Yep. And so it's funny. Like the death scenes are ridiculous. Like the guy comes charging at the one,
so good.
Jumps at him as he ducks down, jumps into a wood chipper.
Yes.
So I believe it's Dale trying to pull him out of the wood chipper. Mm-hmm. The other college kid sees it and they think that he's shoving him into it. Yep. So. It's
like one big miscommunication movie.
Yes, but it is a good one.
Yeah, it is.
And
they have a sequel apparently in the works.
They've been working on a sequel for a while, from what I understand. Yeah. It is on Netflix. I recommend you guys check it out if you haven't seen it. It is a good for a laugh. It's not really scary, but it's got some kills. Good concepts for scary stuff, though.
Absolutely, man. All right, so you said hillbillies and all that, and I started thinking, on my list, looking over here, I'm going to come back at you with Motel Hell.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Motel Hell?
I have not.
This is one, and I'm kind of bummed out I have not seen it on AMC's list this year, but this is one that I always play at least one time on AMC during the horror fest thing they do. So you have Farmer Vincent, who owns his own hotel called Motel Hello. But obviously, in the sign, it's gonna the O goes away. It's just sounds Motel Hell. So him and his sister, they own this hotel, and he makes smoked meats. And you know the tagline of the movie is, "It takes all kinds of critters to make Farmer Vincent's fritters." So, cheesy as fuck. I know, I get it. So you find out that Farmer Vincent's smoked meats are people.
That is.
Okay?
I could have guessed that.
And I don't want to give too much away, but I have to tell you about the garden of people that he has. Okay, so he sets up these elaborate traps. So he'll put spikes in the road, and that'll make a car crash, and he'll get a van full of 4 or 5 people. He takes them, he cleans them up, does what he does. He puts them, he fucking digs a hole in the ground, puts them in the ground. They cut their vocal cords so they can't speak, and then he puts you in the ground. They feed you to get you fat, and then they pull you up out of the ground. The way he pulls you up is he gets in the little bulldozer tractor thing, and he makes you watch this like weird thing that like kind of like dazes you out or whatever, and all of a sudden he'll pull you up and snap the neck, pull you up out of the ground, and then they make you into smoked meats. Now I know it sounds cheesy as shit, and it is. Don't get me wrong, but it's a fun ass movie though, man. So you were kind of talking the hillbilly thing with Tucker Dell, and I'm thinking, oh hey man, maybe Tucker Dell stopped off at old Motel Hell, got us some Farmer Vincent meats, but yeah. You need to check it out, though.
Yeah.
So, Tucker Dell versus Motel Hell. I gotta go with Tucker Dell, too. I mean, I love me some Motel Hell, but yeah. We're going to
cheesy, corny stuff. Yes. Yeah.
All right, man. Oh, God, it's me. See, why is it always me? All right. Taking the theme a little bit different here. We're going to go to another holiday with Black Christmas.
Okay.
Not the remake of Black Christmas.
Talked about this before.
Yes. This is the original Black Christmas.
I think we did this for our Christmas episode.
Yes, we did. Yeah. From 74, which they do say that even Carpenter took some aspects from for Halloween. Because the way it was done was you never really see Billy, who is this killer. He calls you up and he says all kind of nasty things. He'll say, talking about pussies and dicks and everything. This movie was vulgar as shit for its time. But yeah, and he just, you realize he's in this house now, and he's killing off these sorority girls and everything else, but I'm telling you never see him. That's what freaks you out about it. Because that's some real life shit.
Yeah.
The one scene that you always see, and it's on the cover of the movie too, is the girl with the bag over her face. They suffocated her with the bag sitting in the rocking chair. That's the one of the covers of the movie.
Okay.
And kind of, that's a cool ass scene in the movie too. That I thought it was great, man. And it's funny, the same guy that directed Black Christmas also directed another Christmas classic that you may know, Christmas Story.
Okay.
You would never expect it, let me tell you.
No, that's two completely opposite ends of the spectrum.
Ralphie could have fucking flipped out and suffocated his mom with a bag.
Right.
I mean, look, bitch, I wanted my fucking Red Ryder BB gun. You didn't bring it, I'm going to kill you. Just saying. He could have crossed over a little bit. He missed it. I think he missed it.
He could have made a sequel to both of them combined.
Yes. Black Christmas Story. Wait a minute. You know what?
Moving on. I'm going to come at you with 1408.
Okay, I remember this one. This was John Cusack, and wasn't Samuel Jackson in that too?
Yep.
Okay.
Another
Stephen King movie, right?
Was this Stephen King too? I don't know.
I want to say he had. I think he wrote that.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I think he did.
So I'm going to be honest when I talk about this.
All right.
I've seen this one time.
Okay.
I have not been able to bring myself to watch it again.
Wow. So it had that much of a effect.
I watched it as an adult.
Sure.
And I cannot bring myself to watch it again.
Wow.
And I have it on my list for 31 days this year. I'm going to attempt to watch it.
That's the first time in how long now?
Since it came out. I watched it in the theater.
Oh, shit.
So I don't know how long ago that was.
It's been a while.
Yeah. But quick concept is that the room 1408 in this hotel is haunted. Yes. And John Cusack goes to the room, specifically requests the room, and he's haunted by his dead daughter, the room just itself. There's just so much in it, and more than the story itself is the visuals that they put to it.
Oh, yeah.
Because the visuals are what keeps me from watching it again.
Shit's creepy,
so,
man.
I mean, I have... That's...
That being exception of one of the ones we said that sometimes don't stand out.
Right.
As a newer type of film, as opposed to some of these older ones here, but that one does.
But that's another one that I call sleeper film, because I've asked people about it, and they, I've never seen it.
Right. Yeah.
Go watch it, and then don't watch it again.
I want to know what I think, again, throw some people off. John Cusack's on the cover, and they think of him like one
holding
crazy
up the radio.
or say anything, or like the cheesy 80 movies he did back in the day, Better Off Dead,
but
stuff like that.
He's really good in that movie. He really sells the getting tormented by especially the spirit of his daughter. That's what when she calls him on the phone and stuff like that.
It's just creepy, dude.
Yeah.
All right.
My turn.
1408 and Black Christmas. You know what? You're so passionate about that one, and I always enjoyed Black Christmas, but
oh yeah, that's right.
I gotta go with you on 1408, man.
Okay.
You put a lot of thought into that one.
I did.
I did that.
And the thing is, like, I put it on there because I'm afraid to watch it.
Yeah. And hey, listen, if
that
that's
one
on there
gave
for
me
that
nightmares.
reason, that tells you something. All right, man. We're coming down to number 6.
It is another horror comedy.
Okay.
I like my horror comedies.
I do too.
Zombieland.
Oh man, yeah. The sequel's coming out soon. Yeah.
Can't wait. But Zombieland.
Yes.
World's overrun with zombies.
Yes, sir.
You've got this OCD character. You've got this over-the-top fanatic of Twinkies and killing. And then you got the Twisted Sisters.
Yes. Yes.
I will say that the ending when he has to compete with his fears of zombies and clowns, is hilarious.
It is. I met
and
the dude
that kill
that
is amazing.
zombie.
Oh really?
I did.
Nice.
Yeah, he was randomly just at a convention one time.
That kill was great though because he grabs the giant mallet for the they're at a theme park.
Yes.
And there's the strongman game with the giant mallet where you hit it and it goes up and ding.
Yep.
He overcomes his fear of the clowns and the zombies by killing this clown zombie with the giant mallet to the head.
Yep. Sure does.
The gore in it is gore for the sake of gore.
Yeah. No,
but it's hilarious gore.
Yes.
And the stripper zombie in the beginning with the credits cracks me up every time.
I gotta give you 2 words. Bill Murray.
Just
saying.
I forgot.
I forgot
to mention that Bill Murray's in there,
yes.
and he's not a zombie, and he plays himself.
Yes, he does.
And they go to his mansion.
Yes.
And his mansion is huge.
Yes, it is.
And they get high in his mansion.
Yes, they do.
And they fight ghosts.
Yes, they do. Kind of like
singing the Ghostbusters song.
Only Ghostbusters. Well, we don't know if they were high in those movies. They might have been. They might have been at least set.
That's been mass hallucination, though.
Just saying. All right, so you hit me with Zombieland. I got to come back at you hard, man. I have no choice. The Exorcist.
All right.
I'm sorry. It was on the list. I had to throw it out there. It didn't make my top 5. Now, in some people's top 5s, it'd be number 1.
Right.
Not mine.
The reason that I wouldn't put it in my top 5, and I didn't put it on my list either.
Right.
At all. But the reason I wouldn't put it in my top 5 is because it is a very slow movie up until
slow as hell.
this stuff actual start.
It is
happening.
a complete slow burn.
Very.
I had recently, about a few months ago, I was filming somewhere about 4 hours away, and we had read that they were doing this tour of the Exorcist steps, in the house too and all that, and it was like, I think you had to go to like Jersey or something, or Maryland, one of those conventions, and it was like a $30 thing where you can go check out the stuff. I'm like, oh, that'd be cool as shit, right?
Yeah.
So we're on this road trip to go do this filming, and I see a sign that says Washington, and I'm like, can't be that close to Washington, right? So sure enough, I looked it up, and we were an hour and a half away. So we decided after we were done filming that night, we're going to go see the Exorcist steps. And we did that, dude. It was one of the coolest experiences. I shit you not. It's kind of creepy. Of course, I played dead at the bottom of them, took a picture of it too. And if you walk up the steps, the house is up and to your left. Which, I didn't know that. Because you can see the steps close, but when you're walking up to it, obviously you park the car and you go walk. Yeah. You're not sure where what is. And then there's the Tombs bar where the priest and them were having a drink is also right across the street. So.
And it's still one of the creepiest scenes in a movie movie history where she's spider walking down the stairs.
And that was the version that they brought out several years later that you've never
cut
seen
it
before.
From the original movie because it was too scary.
Yes. And when she does that down the stairs, you were talking about the spider walk earlier. When she spider walks down the steps and the blood drips out of her mouth, fuck you. That shit was creepy as shit. And not to mention the fact when her head spins around. Yeah. I mean, that's just...
and the projectile puke.
Man, the vulgarity of that movie, though, too, and obviously didn't come from her.
Mother sucks dicks in hell.
Right. Like, it didn't come from her. It came from the actress. And did you hear the way that they made her have that voice? They made her smoke a ton of cigarettes. They made her drink raw eggs. I mean, this poor woman had to do some fucked up shit to have that crazy sounding voice. The mom who played in the movie, when she got pushed back at one point, she flew across the room. That it really fucked up her back, and she landed on her tailbone. Like, there was a lot. The room itself, like the set was freezing. Yeah. Sort of like you said, we talked about this. A lot of the conditions on the set, like the Poltergeist movie, fucked people up in those days. They really did. So I have to go with The Exorcist, man, because again, it's a horror classic.
Right. And I'm gonna have to give this one to you because I mean we're going
Zombieland's fun.
Horror classic
Yeah.
versus horror comedy. It's always gonna be a horror classic.
Well, you're right, but still. All right, we're down to the last five. We're there. We're here. We're gonna take a quick break, and we're coming right back with the last five. Man, we'll be right back.